You've got it tuned to the Texas Standard. I'm Laura Rice. Bob Odenkirk has made a career out of transformation. His early breakthrough came in the sketch series, Mr. Show, where he portrayed everyone from a blustering Dixiecrat senator to clueless TV producers. Years later, Odenkirk introduced the fast-talking lawyer Saul Goodman on Breaking Bad, a character who might have stayed a comic side note, but instead became the complicated center of the spin-off Better Call Saul. More recently, Odenkirk has taken another turn, a reluctant action star, starting with the bruising thriller Nobody, and now with a new film that got its U.S. premiere in Austin at South by Southwest. He's leaned into a different kind of performance, one that still carries his comic instincts, but adds a lot more fists, bullets, and broken bones. His latest film is called Normal. In it, Odenkirk plays a temporary small-town sheriff who discovers that a town that seems almost too perfect is hiding a deadly secret, one the locals will kill to protect. I'm thrilled to have Bob Odenkirk in the studio with me now. Bob, welcome to the Texas Standard.
It's great to be here. Thank you so much. We had a screening yesterday here in Austin. We're showing the film on 35 millimeter in a few places just to get people excited about the opening on April 17th. And also because the movie feels like it should be seen on film, like it feels like an old style of movie.
Yeah.
And it will be played on film in quite a few cities, actually.
That's really fun.
In its normal run, starting April 17th. They made 5 copies, so 5 cities will show it on film. But it'll also be in your local theater as a digital piece, like it is like every other film.
Well, you said you're really legitimately excited about this film.
You've
done a lot of great stuff, but this is one you want to watch again.
A couple things about Normal. I mean, Derek Kolstad wrote a great script. It's an action film, which he is the master of, but also it has suspense and comedy in it, which made it stand out from the other stories that he pitched to me. And I don't even feel like I've seen a good suspense movie in a while where there's something funny going on and that guy's trying to sort it out. So No Country for Old Men was great, but I just haven't seen one in a while. And then it's very funny too. And Ben Wheatley is a wonderful director who was the perfect person for the job because he brings a lot of humor to the violence. He kind of pushes it over the top quite a few times, and you can only laugh at these. They're somewhat like horror film moments. The truth is, you've seen this kind of blown up violence in some
like
horror film.
Bloodbath.
Yeah, that makes you laugh because something big and bloody happens. Yeah. And there's like happenstance violence too that shouldn't, like, it just happens in the course of the mess that's made. People fall over and blow up. So it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got Ben Wheatley's vibe is all over this film, and I do love watching it. I watched it yesterday with the crew here, and I'll watch it again in 2 days in Boston.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see it.
Well, I gotta say, there's nothing more Western than a logline that includes the words small town sheriff, right?
Yeah.
How did you feel about doing, this neo-Western? What does the genre mean to you?
What does the genre mean to me? Lone man, small town, guy against the world. One of my favorite films or favorite styles of film is a spaghetti western with Clint Eastwood, and there's some comparison here to that. This lone guy, Ulysses, played by myself, comes to this small town, current day, and the town is half boarded up, but the other half is doing pretty damn well. And something's going on. There's something that's not right about Normal, and he kind of doesn't want to see it, right? So he's kind of emotionally shut down and removed, which has some similarities to a lot of Western heroes.
Right.
and then it's a showdown, and then he has to involve the town, which if you know the Clint Eastwood film High Plains Drifter, there's some comparison there. And I know there's comparisons to High Noon and Bad Day at Black Rock. Those are Westerns that this film is derived somewhat from.
Well, after decades of playing characters who talked their way out of trouble, I wonder, is it satisfying or maybe something else to
punch your way out of trouble? Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, it's really cathartic. But I need a lot of catharsis.
Did you expect?
I love comedy and I love fake violence.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you expect at this point in your career to be doing like fight scenes and is it a whole different level of figuring out? I mean, because it's not.
It's as surprising
body,
to me
right?
as it is to anybody. And the truth is, when I trained for Nobody, which I trained for 2 years. And movies take a long time to set up. If anybody's studied film, you know that maybe your favorite film maybe took 5 years, maybe took 8 years to get to the screen, maybe longer. I was training to do the film Nobody with a stunt team and a stunt actor named Daniel Bernhardt. And I the whole time thinking they'll never make this movie.
But at least you're getting in shape.
But at least I'm getting in shape.
Yeah.
And I don't really care. They're giving me free gym time, free exercise lessons. I learned so much about physical maintenance and, pushing yourself. And so I was happy to just get that out of this. And then we got to make the movie. And in making the movie, I discovered how much fun it is to do screen fighting.
Yeah.
A lot more fun than I thought. Now, the training is training, and it engages your brain and your body, and that's great. But when you get to the set, you have to somewhat reinvent what you've made, no matter how much you've practiced it. You find yourself in a real location, and things are sort of a little different. And there's also some opportunities for comic choices or just surprising choices. Yeah. And you can't help but go like, let's use this, If we had a fight in here, I'd go like, hey guys, look at this thing. It moves like that. How can we use that in the fight that we're doing? And that elevates that fight at the when you get to the set.
I was going to ask how your comic timing comes into that, but you sort of anticipated that. It's sort of being on your toes. It doesn't ever just
When I was
fully
doing the
follow
bus fight scene in Nobody, which was the first big fight scene I ever did, and I trained for that for a long time, and I helped plan that fight. But here we are shooting 3 nights, all night, and a team of stunt guys who are great, the best in the world, and we're finding things to do, and we're laughing after each take. And I thought, this is just like being in a comedy writer's room, because we have a problem to solve. We have a fight, but we want to make it better, and we want to discover moments. And so I was very surprised at the feeling of how much we were engaged, inventive, and discovering things that were making us all very entertained.
Yeah.
So that has carried through with all the fight scenes I've done.
Yeah, because you got to be game. It's that yes and
shooting
attitude.
Guns is not as you kind of can't create things as much, at least in my experience, when a person is 30 feet away or even 15 feet away, and you've got this choreographed move with a gun. But when you get into fighting and the location and objects, that's when it really can be rediscovered in the moment.
It makes me think pro wrestling is next for you. So
I don't think I could sell that. Movies, you have the lens, you have lighting, you have all kinds of things that
you got
help
another
you sell.
take. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Also, I get to act. Let's not forget, my films in action are not wall-to-wall action like some action stars. My character sort of has to earn or deserve his retribution. And also, I think that I need to get you on my side or have you understand and like the character so that you stay with me. There are action stars who are just fun to watch, and you're just going to want to watch them fight from the get-go to the end, and that's why you're here. In my case, it's more of a, tell me why I'm with this guy and the rage that he's going to unleash. Why do I think that's a good thing or potentially a good thing?
Yeah. Well, I wonder if that's reflected a little bit, and maybe it's just happenstance, but Nobody, Normal. These are what are these titles? And
they're misleads. They're saying
it's
going to be, it's the opposite of what the title is.
Yeah.
And people know that, and it makes them, smile, I hope, and realize that there's a cheeky undercurrent to everything I'm doing. Like, I'm in on the joke.
Yeah.
I know that it's fun and funny and entertaining to see me in this capacity. But then I do it unironically, except for the duck boat fight in Nobody 2, which was an attempt to do a little bit of an homage to Jackie Chan, because one of the reasons I'm doing action movies is because of Jackie Chan's movie Police Story,
With the bus,
which I watched with my kids when we were having some emotionally challenging times in our family. And this film, Jackie's films don't really have a lot of blood in them, or any blood at all. When people get shot, they just go, ooh, and there's no blood splatter or anything. So it's a little more like Looney Tunes, and it's great for being that. So in Nobody 2, I wanted to do one fight that was my nod to Jackie and what the joy and connection that his film Police Story brought to my family. And since it's a family on vacation, I thought this is a perfect time for that fight. And we did a fight on a duck boat. And why did I go down this road? Just to say that most of my fights are unironic. I don't wink at the camera. You smile and laugh. Sometimes the violence is surprising, and sometimes it is so over the top that there's nothing else to do but laugh. There's certainly a great moment in Normal where I'm trapped in the bank and we have this grenade launcher, and then I won't tell you what happens next, but you can't help but laugh at what the filmmaker chose to have happen. So the humor in my fights is not a smart alecky Bob Odenkirk sensibility. It's the earnest drama of fighting that fight.
Yeah.
And then the laughs come elsewhere in other ways.
Well, you've tied that in really well, and how your comedy led you to be an open and willing player in this action sense.
I made an ass of myself for 30 years.
But
I was naked in Radio City Music Hall for Comic Relief 8 for a comedy scene.
Yeah.
Totally naked.
Yeah. Well, is it that vulnerability that helps you find the dramatic parts too, or where did you dig down to find that?
No, absolutely. Yeah. David Carr. Do you know who David Carr was? Great journalist for the New York Times. He went by the moniker the Carpetbagger in the New York Times for years, and he did a lot of reporting on entertainment. And he did many kinds of reporting over his lifetime, and he wrote a great autobiography called The Night of the Gun, which you should get. It's a great book. But he interviewed me for Better Call Saul, and he had watched me do a particularly challenging scene, one that sort of was about interior feelings, and it was kind of unpleasant and challenging. And he goes, I don't know how you do what you do. And I said, I know how I do it. I have poor emotional boundaries. And it's sort of like, that's true.
Yeah.
And I know that, and I know I can access things that probably shouldn't be so easy to access. Like, you should be holding those in a little better. But hey, man, I make money out of it. That's what we're all about, right?
Yeah, I mean,
find your fault and turn it into cold hard cash.
Well, your characters are
no.
often...
The vulnerability is. Here's another reason I love Normal. It's the first time I play a character who's my age and who's lived life that I feel I can really relate to. The character of Ulysses at the beginning of the film is kind of hiding inside himself. He tells his story, and he tells the story of a guy who was very confident and proud of himself, and then made some choices that weren't good and lost that confidence. Mm-hmm. So that's where we have him to start. Mm-hmm. And that's the story of, I would say, and a lot of people can relate to that when they get older, aware that as a young person they had a bravado that was kind of wonderful, but that life chipped away at or pulled the rug out from under it in one fell swoop, as it happened with Ulysses. Mm-hmm. And then he, in the course of the film, has to rediscover his connection to, he has to put himself back in the mix. He has to will himself back into engagement with the world. Highfalutin themes for a really just a really fun fucking movie where people die a million different ways.
I guess one similarity is this idea of the underdog, though, right?
Sure.
Do you think you're drawn to that, or do you think people write these for you?
Yeah. I look for that. Yeah. I don't think I could sell. Look, there's all different kinds of action leads, and some of them are impregnable supermen who are super fun to watch. Mm-hmm. And you know they're going to win, and they know they're going to win. And that's cool, because how they do it and how sure you are that they are going to do it is kind of part of the fun.
Yeah.
And that sounds wrong, because shouldn't you doubt their ability? But no, it's fun to watch some of the leads that we have and go like, oh, this guy's going to kick their ass. Mm-hmm. They don't even know what they got coming. And then watch me and go like, wait, I don't think he's going to survive this fight. I know he's the lead.
Right.
I know he should, but if I'm doing it right, somewhere in the middle of the fight, you go, I think he's going to lose this one. And I also think that maybe you see on my face, as the character, I think I'm going to lose this one. and I like that. And that's something I can do. And it's something I can bring to the genre, that other people maybe don't want to bring or can't bring or just wouldn't think of it. Yeah. So when you step into something like this, I did ask myself, if I think I want to do this, what am I doing? What am I adding to the mix? Mm-hmm. And I did the math, and I'm not the most action savvy moviegoer. I like the Bourne films, and I see those, and in those, that guy is incredibly capable. And the fun thing there is he doesn't know what his own secret is. Right. But when he fights, he's kind of removed, and he is great. And in my movie, my guy is, for different reasons, in Nobody and Normal, one guy is holding it in and desperately wants to fight. The guy in Nobody, he's like, please, somebody challenge me. But I'm going to hold it in until that happens. I'm not going to let this beast out of me until someone forces it out of me. But please do it. Please do it. And in Normal, he's like, I am not going to push back. I'm not even going to investigate this world. Mm. There's a moment early on in the film Normal where my character, as you said, is a temporary sheriff. He's filling in, the previous sheriff died. And it's not that mysterious, the circumstances, but Ulysses has instincts, and he's looking at the death certificate, and he's going, really? Did that happen? And then he just puts it away. He doesn't want to know.
Right.
He really doesn't want to engage. So he's kind of, in a weird way, 180 degrees emotionally from Hutch in Nobody.
Yeah. We've been here in Austin to promote this for South by Southwest.
We got
What's
to show it on
like?
film yesterday. Oh, it's great. Listen, I've been to South by a number of times. My son's very silly audio book. We did a big presentation here on Audible, and I did Run Ronnie Run. Played here. I won the audience award for a film I directed, Melvin Goes to Dinner. I think it was the first year maybe of the film section.
Amazing.
Maybe, I don't know.
We'll fact
but
check
we
that.
won the audience award for Melvin Goes to Dinner, which was a great thing to do. And I've been here other times for interviews and things like that. It's a great festival and a great town. And if you want to eat all the barbecue you can eat, I think you need 2 weeks here.
Yeah. Well,
you would, right?
I mean,
it sounds
I
like
don't think I could even do it back to back. Like it sits with you. I have to take some time in between.
Can I tell
some barbecue
you?
meals.
I came down and like everybody, I went right for the barbecue, and I ate a lot, but I didn't eat too much. But I ate a lot, and I think it put me to sleep, and it was awesome. It was great. You shouldn't sleep well. You shouldn't sleep well when your stomach's full. But I slept
it's like the turkey dinner coma. It's like
do they put a little THC in the barbecue sauce? That's what I got. I got the CBD THC.
Those are secret recipes.
CBN.
Yes.
Barbecue sauce.
Well, I got you. I got to ask. We're doing March Madness is starting up. We're pitting all of the best Texas movies against one another.
Not March Madness basketball.
Well, to play off of that. So, but we're
I don't
making
know
it about
college
us. I'm not
sports.
going to make you
I only
pick a
follow
sports.
the Cubs and the Bears now. Yeah.
So I'm in.
But I can't wait to go to Wrigley in 2 weeks.
Yes.
See a game. Yeah.
That'd be so fun.
And I was at spring training with the Cubs too.
Oh my
in Mesa.
goodness.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it's going to be a good team this year. Yeah. But go ahead.
I won't quiz
what do
you
I
on.
have to?
You have to pick a movie. What's your favorite Texas movie? Going all the way back to like Giant, Last Picture Show. Then there's the newer like Linklater stuff. There's the Coen brothers. You mentioned No Country for Old Men. It has to be about Texas and have been shot a bit in Texas. So like Dallas Buyers Club's off the table. Lonesome Dove doesn't count. Was on TV.
Where did they shoot Dallas Buyers Club?
Apparently that was in New Orleans area.
Oh, I really love that movie.
Yeah, I didn't realize it wasn't not at all.
That's a great film.
Yeah.
Why didn't they shoot it here? What's wrong?
Well, the incentives is always the debate,
sick of
right? Texas is getting back in the game, though, with the incentives. So, yeah. What do you think?
I think everybody should pay their fucking taxes, you pussies. Jesus Christ. How do we have fucking streets and sidewalks and firemen? We pay our taxes. Okay, that's enough. Stop that. Okay.
You want to look at a bracket?
No, I will look at a list because you might surprise me.
Right? Like
I would say No Country for Old Men. It's a great film.
It is a great film. But like the best bad guy ever, right? There you go. Here's the bracket. Ooh, let me get it to you. It's just begun too, so there's like, I know it's hard.
So there's so many great movies. I
know. And then Tender Mercies is a favorite because we just lost Bob
these are
Duvall
great movies.
I know.
Guys, these are great movies.
And how do you pit them against one another?
Yeah.
Then there's something like the Texas
I was going to say
Chainsaw
Paris,
Massacre.
Texas when you first asked me, but is it because of the word Texas is in the title?
I mean, Paris, Texas
it's a good movie.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's a good movie. You should see it. Dazed and Confused, I loved.
Limited it to 2 Linklater because he's just too prolific. There's too many good ones.
Well, I'm going to go with Rushmore.
Yeah.
It's my favorite Wes Anderson film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that character, Jason Schwartzman.
It's the bridge, obviously, between Bottle Rocket and almost the refinement of his style.
Yeah, like the Royal Tenenbaums. And
I like that he's not fully refined yet in Rushmore. And I find that to be the most human feeling of his films, where the feelings of the characters are not entirely ironic or held at an ironic distance. So I think Rushmore.
All right. You heard it from Bob Odenkirk. Bob Odenkirk was in Austin for the U.S. premiere of Normal, which hits theaters April 17th. Bob, thank you so much.
Thank you.